Won't blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
What up? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Sorry I missed Monday. My flight was a little later than expected, and I didn't get in until like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, and I wasn't going to do no more than jokes at no 9 o'clock, okay? So I just said I'll see him tomorrow, okay? But yes, happy Tuesday. I'm so happy to be back home. I love my house. I love my home. I think I just love the sanctity. Is it me? Especially if you live alone. It's something about coming home and everything where you left it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something about it. It just feels good to be home, especially when you make your house a home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in a process. I want to make my house feel like one day it's gonna do it. But one day I want to make my house feel like, y'all know, put a 3 in the chat if y'all ever felt like this. Y'all ever went into like your rich auntie house or somebody who got money house, but it's not about the money. When you go in there, it feel home, it smell good. They got art and pieces. You know what I'm saying? I want me a piece at the door. You know, I don't even know what it is, but I want a piece. I want pieces in my house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, where did you get that? Oh, I had that flown in. Okay. Yeah, when I had went down to Timbuktu, I met the prince and he gifted me this. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want. But I want it to feel good, smell good. You know what I'm saying? When people come in my house, they know you got to take your shoes off because they feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like you walk in like, ooh, girl, ooh. Do I need to take my shoes off? Well, why? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Take your shoes off. Oh, yes, the shoes come off in my house. Anybody who ever been in my house know the shoes come off at the door, okay? We have things to accommodate you, but the shoes come home or come off at the door, okay? Girl, look up. Pernika said, the Prince of Home Goods for me. Listen, Home Goods hate to see me coming. Well, I hate to go into Home Goods because I go as far. When I get the Home Goods, I go as far. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on. I want a house like Dates. But it ain't going to be like no museum type of house. It's just going to be nice. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing some stuff around the house. So yeah, y'all, shout out to everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend as I did. I went home. I had a great time. And we're back. We're back to work. I mean, like, what we doing? Everybody else clocking in. We clocking in too. I hope you guys are doing your genealogy. Let's get these morning announcements out the way. I hope you guys have been doing your genealogy. Genealogy is only a family tree. You need to find out not only who you are, but who you come from, who is in your lineage. Let me tell you guys something. In this spiritual warfare that we are fighting, it is very imperative that you get to know who you are and who your ancestors are, because there are ancestors on the spiritual realm awaiting you to awaken so that they can assist you in the 3D to help us fight this war that we're fighting. Because rather you believe it or not, we've been in this war since these folks come on this land. Okay. And let's really be clear about this. This is your land. Black Americans. This land belonged to us, our ancestors. Somehow, after hundreds of years, they have tricked us into believing it isn't ours, so much so that we invite and champion the idea of foreigners coming over to our land and take over our land. You know, it kind of reminded me, I think I saw that on TikTok or somebody's YouTube, but somebody said it was like in the Bible when they said, They invited a whole bunch of tongues or something like that. Who know the Bible? Something like that. I don't want to butcher it up, but something about in the Bible there was a story where they say a whole bunch of different tongues was amongst each other and it caused a whole bunch of confusion. It reminded me about New York. New York. Shout out to my people in the NY, especially my people down in Harlem. I rock with y'all in Brooklyn and all of y'all. Shout out to all the boroughs. Okay. But let me just say this. It reminded me of being in New York. And then I realized this isn't an issue in New York. This is an issue all over America. So, okay, Babylon, Tower of Babylon. Thank you, Never Burrows. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, Brian said, I found branches in Germany, Barbados, England, and Scotland. That's what I'm talking. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm telling y'all. Do y'all genealogy. Listen, this is what I'm saying, though. What was I saying? I forgot. You threw me off when I saw that. But I started to realize that the issue in New York is the issue in America, because when I got to New York, and I hadn't been since I was in high school, and I went on a family trip, and we was Jehovah's Witness, and we went to see Bethel. Worse, oh my God. If anybody who a Jehovah's Witness know, if you ever heard about Bethel or been to, unfortunately, my mom was in there heavy. So heavy, we had to go see Bethel down in New York. Girl, the worst time of my life. Girl, it felt like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory with no chocolate. I'm going to be honest. If you want to know what Bethel, that's the tower. Bethel is like the heaven on earth for the Jehovah's Witness. Let me explain that to y'all. It's like the heaven on earth for the Jehovah's Witness, but it ain't nothing but a big ass printing company. But when you go in there, it's nothing but a big old factory and fake grass and fake trees. That's what I remember. And it feel like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. Everything except the chocolate and the little minions. The weirdest thing I've ever seen, but neither here nor there. When I got to New York, it felt different. But what I realized immediately was I was out of my comfort zone. I wasn't used to being around so many different types of people. Now, I don't want people to take this as a bad thing, or it is a bad thing, because it's a good thing and a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being exposed to different types of people. But when you're talking about the development of the brain, the psychology, the environment, and all the things that takes place into a child that grows into a person, I'm thinking about the scrambling of the mind. And I know just being there from visiting, I'm like, God damn, well, where this one from? Well, what's that one? What they speaking? Well, what they got going on? This one walking with a goat. That one riding an elephant. This one in a Ferrari, but he look like an Arab. That one is Asian, but he don't speak no Asian. Right? It's a lot. But then it dawned on me as I was thinking, New York is a small microcosm of America. Because even though in my small area, where it's typically black and white, in America, we have allowed so many different people into America to where it's messing all of our brains up. We all jacked up, me included. And it's confusing us. But I'm saying all that to say this. Getting and tapping into your genealogy, that'll help you clear up a lot of this. Meditating, grounding, all of that stuff will help you to see past this stuff. When you get that eye opening, when you open that third eye and you tap into your spirituality and you tap into the divine and you tap into the Most High and you tap into your ancestors, listen, the vision that you get, there aren't words to express, but this vision is to help you. Okay. And not only will it help you in one way, it helps you in all ways. So when I tell y'all to get on here and do your grounding, do your meditating, pray. If you're a praying person, do your praying, whatever it is you do. But what I'm trying to get you to do is tap in within. That is because there's something there for each of you. Now, if there's nothing on the inside of you, don't come blame me because you ain't worth a dime. Now, if you tap in and see a dark hole, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay? That ain't got nothing to do with me. If you get to tapping in and you look down there and it's a pit, you need to tap further down in and ask God to help you find something down there. But for those of us, I'm sorry, and this is not just Black Americans. This is melanated people all over the world. For those of us who are called, we will answer. So y'all, please do your grounding. Please do your meditating, because it's starting to dawn on me the more and more I'm looking around this world. Even when I went home to New Orleans, and I'm going to get off of this. I grew up born and raised in New Orleans. Born and raised. I tell everybody, I don't know nothing about NOLA. NOLA is a place that I visit. That's why when I go there, I don't stay by no family house. I go get me a hotel room and I play tourist because I really am a tourist in my own city. Most people who come from major cities, if you moved out of your city and you look back, your city has probably gone through some level of gentrification. And if you also look back, you can probably look back and say, damn, it was nothing like this. So I'm a tourist in my own city. And being that, especially being back this weekend, all the restaurants. I was even looking at that dude who was giving New Orleans all the bad reviews on the restaurants and all that stuff. And it just dawned on me, this is so unfamiliar. This is unfamiliar ground. I'm sorry. I was standing with my feet planted on the soil that birthed me, on familiar ground, but in unfamiliar environment. If it makes sense to you guys. I'm trying to explain the way it felt to me. So I know that I'm home. I can touch it. I can feel it. I can taste it. My feet, my bare feet is touching the ground. I went to City Park. I went hug some trees, some old oak trees. Hugged some trees, sat on some trees. I meditated. I grounded. I went to the Riverwalk in front of all them crackers, where they got all the monuments up for them crackers coming off that damn steamboat. And I stood my black ass there a few days. Every day I was there. One of them days I had a shirt that said God's favorite. Crackers and Clears couldn't get enough of me. Do you hear me? The Clears is almost like they were a magnet to me. It scared me for a little while. But I stood there in my God's favorite shirt in the middle of them crackers with my hands to the sky and my head up and my eyes closed, meditating to the Most High, because I felt familiar in my own place, but I felt my surroundings was also unfamiliar. It's because it was all these different people. And immediately in my brain, I guess you would say, I guess I went back to New York, but I was still in New Orleans. But then I realized the reason I went back to New York in my brain is because even though my feet are planted on my home, my mind it's showing me that that's the same picture I've seen in New York. So this is what's happening all over America. New York is just a small microcosm, a huge one, yet small one. And it is a very clear picture of what this enemy want our land to look like. If you want to know what the end goal of the enemy is, take a look at New York. New York, I love New York, but it's the biggest pot of confusion I've ever seen in my life. I am to wonder and to say we have to be the most blessed and the most skilled people amongst the Most High's children. If you are Black American in New York and you have kept your identity and kept yourself grounded mentally, you are amongst the elite. You may not know it. I don't care if you a bum in the street. I don't care if you got the high profile job. I don't care if you work downtown. I don't care if you pick up the trash. I don't give a damn. If you can exist in that sort of plane and still stay grounded, soul-wise, mentally wise, and understand who you are amongst the elite, amongst your people. Because most people can't do that. That's why for everybody outside of New York, we've all had this issue. Remember, put a 3 in the chat if you remember when we was beefing with the Puerto Ricans when they was hollering about they helped us put made hip hop. Put a 3 in the chat. Put a 3 in the chat if you remember when them Puerto Ricans, them lying ass, empanada ass Puerto Ricans was running around here hollering about they helped made hip hop in the 80s. And they had one spinning on his head like a spinning top. I wish I was there as a strong wind. I would have went by him and wait till he got in good spin and went and blew that nigga. Knocked him clean off his knees. But look, if you remember that, I, being a person from New Orleans, and then I'm going to tell you this. Me being a person from New Orleans, I feel like we burnt music. No, I don't feel like that. I know it. We burnt music. Nigga, I remember when Drumline came out, Drumline was a movie depiction of what middle school is like where I come from. Nigga, we birth music. So when I hear some Puerto Ricans pull up from New York hollering about, oh, we help create hip hop, and I know hip hop is only an extension of music that come from the South, from Mississippi. You feel me? New Orleans, the Carolinas, down here where the niggas at. I said, well, wait a minute, hold on. Now, this the part that kind of threw me for a loop. I realized that a lot of Black Americans in New York, not all, and shout out to the ones who held it down, but I'm talking about the other ones who was confused. And I don't blame y'all, because under that confusion, I get it. But it was a lot of Black Americans who were like, well, it's not that big of a deal. They all still Black. I don't mind. My friend said using the N-word. Yeah, my Puerto Rican friend. Yeah, I know their parents was racist, but they not. It was a lot of that, and it blew me. It blew me because I'm sitting here saying, nigga. The old ancestral woman came out of me. I don't know which one of my ancestors was coming out of me, but I swear to God, every time I logged into a social media site and I seen a Black American in the remote way helping up for these people, the inside of me was wanting to snatch one of these niggas up by the back of the collar and grab them and pull them in. You know how the old folks used to do, and ball my lips up like this and say, come here, nigga. Get your ass. Come here. Get your ass up. I want to ball them bitches up like this. Do you hear me? That's how furious I was. But then, as time goes by, meditating, getting clarity on the things that I'm looking at, seeing, and noticing, I started realizing, okay, the enemy has planted this level of confusion over my people. And I can't look and feel horrible or feel a way about the ones who are confused. All I can do is try to help them. But what I can do is try to reach the ones who are already enlightened, or at least the ones who have some level of enlightenment that can at least, you know what I'm saying, try to reach one, each one, teach one type tease. So that's where I came to the conclusion, because, you know, dealing with this journey that I'm on, I'm already an empath, but I have to practice empathy, especially when it's with my people. That's the only people I have to practice it with, to be completely honest. So I have to practice that and understanding this enemy, and that allows me to see, okay, I see what's going on. Let me try to skirt this way. So this is the point. All of us are living in a New York. America is turned and has turned into New York. We are all under some level of confusion because this enemy keep planting all these confusions in our brain. And they doing it from every single freaking angle, from entertainment to just politics to every religion, every single angle. So I need you guys, if you want to combat this enemy, the only way to do it is that ground out there that birthed you. And I don't care if you ain't in the land where you come from. Okay? If you got melanin in your skin, listen to me and listen to me good. If you are a melanated being and you hail from the ancestral lineage of melanated beings, there is a charge in that ground for you that is awaiting you. Okay? And if you have a positive light, and if you are something and somebody that should be illuminated by the Most High God, you got to know that you will be illuminated. And this will make changes moving forward, not just for you, but I'm talking about for the collective. So all of y'all running around here thinking about me. I just want to get money, me and mine. Unless you on some generational wealth breaking, generational curses type teas, don't put your feet on the ground. You might put them on there and they might burn you up. We doing different things. You get what I'm saying? See, we changing the tides. You get it? So with that being said, I'm not saying you got to be perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. We all fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to you is there's something here waiting you. Your ancestors are waiting you. Do your grounding. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I took too long on that. Get the likes up on the video. We got a show today. Girl. The old women are fighting. This is my age bracket of women. I'm sorry. But the old hoes is fighting, girl. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B is fighting, and Judge Joe Brown don't like and read none of them, and I'm with him. Okay, we're gonna get into it. And we also got Chris Gotti beefing with Ashanti because she didn't call him. Men in these emotions, black men. I don't know if he black, but I know he melanated. Black American men, we got to get our emotions in check. Black American people, we got to get our emotions in check. And then Diddy, they want to get that fool 11 years, huh? 11 years out of my life. Besides the hurt, I had nothing to show. That's what Cassie said. Cassie wrote down to the judge and told the judge she don't want him out. She said she's still getting nightmares. And I said, Cassie, you bald head lying ass bitch. Girl, you know you lying. Bitch, you ain't having no nightmares about no Diddy, bitch. Girl. Come on now, Cassie. You already won, girl. You already won. Stop it, girl. Girl, like, I mean, at some point in time, we gotta be honest. We gonna get into the show. Y'all, get the likes up on the video, girl, because Cassie is over here lying. She a bald-headed lie. Cassie, you bald-headed lying asshole. Cassie wrote to the judge and said, girl, hear me and hear me good. Don't let that nigga out. I'm still having nightmares. I say, oh, Cassie, girl, go lay down. Cassie, girl, go lay down. Please. Please, Cassie, girl, go lay down. You're doing the most. You go and make the stallion on us now. You're doing the most. Now, we're going to get into the show, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's another thing. Y'all need to make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome to the Morning Joce. We do this Monday through Friday. I didn't make it yesterday because I had a flight to catch, but we do this Monday through Friday. I try to joke y'all through y'all work day because I know how important it is to have somebody, you know, pass y'all time. Because, girl, I know my earbuds stayed in my ear. Do you hear me? Nah. Okay. Let's get into a few honorable mentions. And these are unhonorable, dishonorable. And I feel bad about people who even got these honorables because now they giving them away like cotton candy. And I feel some type of weight. T-double-D and Slinky Neck, amongst some other sluts. I don't know these women. I'm sorry. I don't mean to call y'all sluts. Y'all guilty by association. These mother pluckers done went got honorary doctorate degrees. Now, I'm not the smartest, nor the sharpest tool in the toolbox. However, I thought you had to at least have a high school diploma to get a college degree. You got two mother pluckers that ain't graduated middle school with honorary doctorate degrees. You know, my sister, beautiful woman, my blood. She worked her blood, sweat, and tears down to her fingers, gnawed her fingers down for her doctorate degree. She got a doctorate degree in mathematics or something like that. I don't know. But, you know, she one of them real smart girls. You know, that's my blood, my sister. And she paid student loans. She did all of this and all of that, all for a nigga and a slut with a slinky neck out the poking beans. Listen to me, sis. If you're on here, I'm sorry. I ain't do it, but I feel like I owe you an apology. And to everybody on here who worked blood, sweat, and tears, I don't give a damn if you ain't got a associate's degree. I don't give a damn if you ain't got a certificate. I want to offer my deepest apologies to y'all because now they really playing in your face. T-double-D can't even read. How the hell he gonna get an honorary doctorate? Throw the whole degree system away. But listen, after you laugh and after you look at this and think that this is the dumbest thing in the world, I need you guys to do me one favor. This is what you need to do moving forward and everything you come across. Find the lesson in it. This is going to catapult your life. Listen, something as simple as finding a lesson in good and bad things, good and bad, will catapult your life. I don't give a damn. Listen, I don't give a damn if you at your lowest low, if you on the ground and you can't get up and you don't know how you gonna pay your bills. I don't care if you at your lowest mentally, spiritually, emotionally. If you find a lesson in all of your encounters, it will literally catapult your life. Now, what's the lesson in this? Most people might feel like, well, it's disrespectful, Vu. It's messed up because a lot of people spend a lot of hard work and time on getting their degrees or whatever the case may be. And the fact that they're just giving out these degrees to these celebrities, that's kind of messed up. And we getting student loans, And yeah, that's one way of seeing it. Another way of seeing it is people like, oh, y'all just bitching and crying. It's not that big of a deal. It ain't like no real degree. They can't go get no real job with it. Nah, that's another way of seeing it. But how about seeing it this way? What if the value in the degree has never been in when it was held in your hand? What if that's the true value of the degree? Meaning, what if that piece of paper they give you when you walk across that aisle, they go dun, 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 dun. What if all that shit was a piece of paper, and the only reason it worked is because you believed it. Am I tingling any spidey senses right now? If not, wake your duck ass up.
Wake up!
Please, wake up.
Now, a lot of y'all may say, but then we need degrees. Yeah, because you think you need them. That's why you need them. It's just that simple. See, this is the thing. And I got 2 degrees. So for all the new people coming in here, she degree shaming. Shut your ugly ass up. Shut your ugly ass up. Ain't nobody degree shaming. I'm telling you the truth. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We have put lock, stock, and barrel into these degrees because the enemy has told us that this is the gateway to freedom. This is why Black women ran and bust through the doors. Black people in general bust through the doors of these degrees and these universities because we thought that this was our way to freedom. Well, we got here. We got all these degrees. Put a 1 in the chat if you're free. Put a 2 in the chat if you still fucked up. And this is for all these folks, even if you don't have a degree yourself. You know somebody with one, your child, your spouse, your parents, somebody you know with one. When they came about with these colleges and universities, them crackers and them niggas, let's talk about it, because we're not just going to blame it all on the cracker. The cracker can't do it by himself. It had to be a treasonous turncoat, handkerchief head Negro or group that sold us out. Now, when they came up with these universities and put these stomping the yard ass niggas and these skiwi ass bitches on the yard to attract you down to the schoolhouse, hello? When they did all that, what if the whole thing was to get you off of your real purpose and who you really are? Creators. You know, we were builders, you know, engineers, architects. Now you look at STEM, it's hard for a nigga to get in there. And shout out to the niggas who got in there. I know a few of my nephew got in there. A few of my friends done got in there. Shout out to the Black Americans who got in there. Only y'all. Yeah. Let me say that again. Only. Shout out to the Black Americans only who got into STEM, because that's your shit. See, STEM belong to us. Not the African, not the Arab, not the Indian. All of this stuff belongs to us. Okay? And what I'm trying to tell you is it was all a lie. The whole thing was a gig. It was a play from the beginning to take you out of who you are and get you into their institutions. Who that was said this? I can't remember who said it, but I keep it with me all the time. Your level of degree that you attain in college only tells your level of indoctrination. That's it. You at associate's level, you at a very small minor level of indoctrination, yet and still indoctrinated. And it goes up bachelor's, master's, doctorate. And if you get into some type of medical or law field, then you even go beyond that. Especially when you get into specializing, it's about institutionalizing your mind, taking you out of yourself and out of your purpose and into their purpose, in their books, in what they think. I'm saying all this to say, when you start, they're showing you the truth. The reason why some of these celebrities, a lot of these celebrities, and you should see the celebrities getting these degrees, they're showing you the truth. It was never worth nothing from the beginning. It was all a play. Remember, Cat Williams told you, all lies will be exposed. There are so many lies being exposed that y'all can't even see it. You're too distracted. Ground. Get outside and ground. If they are showing you, what they are saying to you right now is that piece of paper that we work so hard for, that time we put in for it, that studying, them exams, spending all that time on books, trying to study with kids and do all, it was all cap. It was all nothing. All of that stuff we did. And most of us, not all, and shout out to the ones of us who can look around and say it worked out for me. But let's really be honest. For the most part, most of us got nothing, absolutely nothing from it. We actually in more debt than we was when we walked through the doors. So the point I'm making is don't get mad at TWD and Trina. They telling you the truth. The paper ain't worth a dime. And now technology is going toward the way the world going, they're going toward trades anyway. So if you're going to school for all them degrees, you get it? Degrees. Congratulations to all of us, to those of us who got them and attained them. It doesn't make us any more intelligent. It doesn't make us smarter. It just makes us more indoctrinated. That's all. And that piece of paper that they handing out to free for these celebrities, all they doing is telling you the lie that Cat Williams, one of the lies that will be exposed. It was only a piece of paper. Wait till we get to the money part, though. A lot of this stuff is a lie. Let's get my boy up here with my survival. Get my survival dude up here.
It's survival. Survival. I get somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
So you know it is what it is. Don't fret, you guys. We gonna get out of the system though. Don't even trip entertainment. We gonna get out of it. Shout out. That was an old place back in an old record label back in New Orleans. I have I asked God to forgive me. Y'all remember who was in here? Remember we was talking one day, we was on live, and remember I had said that all the serial killers had vanished and went away. Remember I said, y'all remember back in the 90s, the 90s, I want to say that was the last time prominent serial killers. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about, the serial killers, the white boy with the police mustache, riding in a white van with no windows. You know what I'm saying, with the glasses, but he was a creep. You know what I'm saying? Them type of serial killers. I said, man, they done got rid of all of the serial killers. And then look what happened. They are saying that there's a serial killer on the loose in Houston, and I believe it. Now, let me tell you something with this media. They're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you ain't no serial killer. And maybe there isn't. But don't listen to the media. They lying. Okay? They lying. They lying. Where my conspiracy theory people in? Tap in right quick. Put a 3 in the chat. Where my conspiracy theorists, tap in. I want to say something to y'all right quick. You know, we always have to have our little sidebars for the regular people. We gotta talk with the regular people, but then we gotta go have our little sidebars. But let me tell you, for my conspiracy theory people, y'all already know where I'm going with this. This either some extraterrestrial, this either some spiritual warfare. Something is happening behind the scenes that them folks don't want you to know about it. Now, we know they got aliens and stuff running around here looking like niggas. We call them the FB aliens. We did a whole live on them. The government has even confirmed that. So you can get on here and call me a conspiracy theorist. Go call that white boy a conspiracy theorist, because I didn't say it. He said it, okay? Now, with that being said, they've already given you clues of what's really going on. It's just that they are under the idea that you are so distracted that you won't put the 2 and 2 together. So for my conspiracy theories people, you know that they got extraterrestrials running amongst us. We know that they got AI walking amongst us. We got robots walking amongst us in real skin. We all know that there are a whole bunch of spiritual demons walking amongst us that are not inhuman, even though they look human. Some of these are even procreating with people, and a lot of y'all celebrities, but I ain't gonna go there, LeBron. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, I had cough. But anyway, girl, the serial killers had popped back up. Girl, wait. Now, the Houston people had said there ain't no serial killers, but I don't believe it. We gonna get into the show, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video, okay? Please and thank you. And y'all subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
For the 6th time in less than 2 weeks, a body has been found in a Houston bayou. A dive team recovered a woman's body from Buffalo Bayou on Friday. People on scooters reported the body under a bridge near the University of Houston downtown campus. Investigators have not released the woman's identity yet. Mayor John Whitmire stressed this week that there is no evidence of a serial killer in Houston and that multiple factors like homelessness and alcohol may be involved.
Bull crap. And let me say this too. Most of them serial killers from the 70s, you know, they made them, right? Allegedly. One of my conspiracy theory people. Y'all know what the MK Ultra thing was going. You know, it was popping from like the 50s. It's still going on. It's in high gear now. Allegedly. This is a conspiracy theory. But look. Y'all know the ones that was in the 70s, you know, the Ted Bundys, that big old fat dude that was a clown, all them niggas, them, you know, they made them. And when I say made them, meaning they did something to them people and they created these serial killers. Like some of them from birth. Like it's some weird, when y'all really want to get into it, we'll do a conspiracy hour and we'll go hard. They literally, yes, there are AI and there are people, soulless people walking amongst us that are procreating with humans. And if you don't believe me, then why do you believe the book in the Bible? Didn't they say the angels came down from heaven and did what? Started procreating with what? Was it the angels or the giants? Or both? Y'all know I get my Bible stories mixed up. My recollection of the Bible is what I was raised on. But what I'm saying to you is, if it happened then, what makes you think it can't happen now? And just because the book say fallen angels don't necessarily mean literally that's what that was. See, that's a whole other thing. So yeah, there are, I guess, yeah, some might say NPCs. There are NPCs walking amongst us. You work with them, you eat with them, you go out with them, you date them, you chill with them. That's my conspiracy hour. But don't let these folks get on here and say, oh, no, it's no serial killer. Oh, my God, it's just a bunch of coincidental murders of the same types of murders happening the same way in the same area around the same times. But, oh, my God, it's never, girl, don't believe them crackers, girl. Them people is trying to keep you stupid. And for the niggas who want to run around hollering, oh, she a conspiracy theorist. Good. I tell you what. All the ones who was over here, all our conspiracy theories from 2024, we went undefeated. And guess what? We going undefeated 2025, meaning everything we said last year, all my conspiracy theorists know, everything we talked about last year came to pass. We was undefeated, and we going to do it again. You watch my smoke. Watch my smoke. We going to turn them people, oh, conspiracy. Y'all going to be a conspiracy theorist after this. Watch.
For the sixth time in less than 2 weeks, a body has been found in a Houston bayou. A dive team recovered a woman's body from Buffalo Bayou on Friday. People on scooters reported the body under a bridge near the University of Houston downtown campus. Investigators have not released the woman's identity yet. Mayor John Whitmire stressed this week that there is no evidence of a serial killer in Houston and that multiple factors like homelessness and alcohol may be involved.
Girl, they done had homelessness and alcohol all over America all these years, and they ain't never found 10 bodies found all these bodies in 10 days. First of all, I'm from New Orleans, and let me tell you something. The bayou is like equivalent to, y'all ever watch them shows or the movies? I remember watching Casino. And in the movie Casino, which is one of my favorite movies, but in the movie Casino, they used to bring the bodies out to the desert and drop them. That's the bayou. The bayou is that for people who live amongst the bayou. They got, if they found 10, they really found 100. Okay? They got all kinds of stuff down there in the bayou, girl. But don't sit up here and say, oh, we just think people drunk and homeless. Niggas been drunk and homeless since the beginning of time, and all them bodies wasn't falling in no goddamn bayou. Go lay down, Miss Ma'am. They got a serial killer out here. We just gonna go with that. That's safer for the people who not conspiracy theorists. We gonna go with, it's definitely a serial killer out here. And I didn't mean to bring them back. I didn't mean to resurrect them, but you know, and God forbid I did that. I know I'm talking and going crazy. God forbid I did that, but it was crazy. I just asked about them. I literally just asked, where are all the serial killers? Not because I was looking for them, but it was just like, I remember a time we had serial killers and then they just disappeared and then boom, there you go. Now let's get to Kendall with the Kardashians. Now I don't like none of them sluts. However, I've always thought that Kendall was the most nicest one of them. And I thought that Kendall had the best genes of all of them. Better than Kim, better than Khloe, Courtney, all of them. She has all of the perfection that Caitlyn, what's his name, Bruce could give her. And she's got all of the beauty and perfection that Chris gave her. I always thought that, what's her name, Kendall was always the cutest one. And I always liked that Kendall liked white boys. Her and Courtney. They never went running, sinking their vampire teats into the niggas. They, for the most part, stuck to the white boys. I like white girls who like white boys. And I like white boys who like white girls. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Kendall did her thing down to the fashion show, and she looked stunning. Go ahead on. She looked white girl stunning, not nigga stunning. You know, when the white boy created what he thought was the greatest woman on earth, they was looking at a woman like Kendall. Typically blonde hair, blue eyes, but, you know, long legs, long torso, little bit of booty, no titties. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of knees and ankles. cackling all up and down the runway. So, but Courtney is a beautiful girl. Not Courtney, what her name? Kendall. Kendall is a beautiful girl. She's cute. You know what I'm saying? And I've always thought that she was one of the cuter Kardashians. You know, shout out to Kendall, the long tail self, long-legged ass. Galloping down them people doggone runway. Can't nobody gallop like them black girls though. Hello, bitch, please. Matter of fact, it's the reason the black girls got them walking like that. It was the black girls coming down with they swag down the runway that put a little oomph in them clear girl step. Now, congratulations are in order for Noah Lyles. Him and his girl, that's another power couple on the track team, the Olympic team. They went got baptized, y'all. Look, I said congratulations to Noah Lyles and his old lady. You know, we got to get back to God for real. All jokes aside, we absolutely have to get back to God. And the fact that we've left out of the church, I think that's not an issue. I think the problem is when we left out of the church, we left God behind. And it's a great thing to see that these young people are getting baptized, even though I don't know what church they're going to. I probably wouldn't recommend it. But either way, it's just the fact that they thought that it was best that they, recommitted, they liked the God. I thought that was cute. Oh, this the engagement. Oh, let's see, girl. I ain't see this. Girl, what happened? Oh. Come on now. Let me turn the music. YouTube be hating. Girl, look up. Oh, this is nice. Oh. Guess what I did today? I'm going to sing for y'all. Those were the words I said to you. It was last May, don't know the exact day. In my head, there was a friend, or whatever he said. Then you told me that you love me more than anything in your life. Come on! So I asked you, oh, go ahead on now. That's nice. Noah and his old lady got baptized, and they got married. They sure did. Now we got one nice couple over here doing the right thing, giving their life back to God. And what's Sha'Carri over there doing? Windmilling with her head down. Girl, let's move on. Sha'Carri need a mentor. Somebody go get Sha'Carri a mentor. Instead of Sha'Carri giving her life back to God, she's somewhere windmilling with her head down. And that boy, I told that boy to blank if he need help, but he act like he like getting his ass whooped. So at this point in time, at least we have some positive role models going on in the community. Because Sha'Carri, she need help. Poor little thing. That's still our people, though. We can't turn our backs on our people. That's still ours. She belongs to us. Sha'Carri belongs to us. So we still got to take our lick. We just got to wait for her to come back. And if it didn't piss you off that T-double-D had a doctorate degree, then this ought to do it right here. And I don't give a damn if you never went to college. I don't give a damn if you didn't graduate from high school. This right here should make you mad that nigga got an honorary doctorate degree. Look. Then he always popping that belly up. I bet he can't even see that thing under there. T-double-D, brownie face, I can't get him off of here. T-double-D look a mess. These are people getting honorary degrees. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Niggas say he look like old hamburger meat. Not hamburger, help the hamburger. Girl, please. T-double-D look a mess. He look like pot roast in the face. That nigga face look like meatloaf. With no gravy. Oh, he looks so bad. He looks so bad. I hate that he looks so bad. Trey, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, boo, doing my genealogy. And my grandma said we had an ancestor whose idea for the airplane was stolen. Ooh, she said she said all the elders told her that. Is your grandparent from Louisiana? Don't get me to lying. But if I can recall the research I did, it was a brother, a black man, or at least some black people in Louisiana. I'm leaning toward Louisiana, who had the original patent on the airplane. Yeah. The Wright brothers ain't create shit. I told y'all them crackers stole everything. Because listen, even when we created the plane, the brain cannot create what it doesn't know, what doesn't exist. I told you the brain is a computer. It gives you infinite knowledge. It has infinite storage. Okay, Tweety said he is from Louisiana. Listen, your brain is a computer. So even when you recycle, that knowledge, hello, Akashic records are still there. Okay? Now, if this brother during that time, this black man, black twins, that's who it was. Thank you, Dadine. But if either way, even if, listen, let me say this too, to black Americans. We all get the same ideas. I think Prince said it with Michael, or Michael said it about Prince, that if they don't catch something, then Prince gonna get it, because we all up under the same divine, up under the same spiritual system. A lot of us get floating ideas. So a lot of times you might make something up and see somebody way across town made something up and they really didn't copy you. A lot of times maybe they beat you to the, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us, that's why you have to pounce on ideas when you get them. But I'm saying all that to say this. It will make sense that obviously the Wright brothers didn't create the patent for the aircraft. That's not factually true. It obviously came from a black person, but these are the inventions. Let me put this comment back up here. This is why genealogy is important. Okay, these are the things that you will begin to find about your lineage. Even if you look around your family and you might feel like I come from a lineage of nothing, you don't understand that through this system and through this enemy that was done to you. You might look back 2, 3, 4 generations and find out y'all really came from some real high level people, but things were stolen from you. Land was taken from you. Businesses wrongfully taken from you. Money, people killed. You might find all these things. And guess what happens after that? You can go back to whatever state government and say, run me that back. That's what genealogy does for you. You want your reparations, it's in the genealogy. But other than the monetary gain that you might get from doing genealogy, you will gain a knowledge of self that is infinite, man, that is beyond value, that will catapult you from whatever situation you're in right now. And I promise you that. You get it? So I love hearing these stories. Y'all keep sharing them when y'all do y'all genealogy. And thank you, Trey. Keep sharing y'all stories, because this is going to help other people. And that's what this is about. Never Burrows, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. London, thank you for the super chat. Says, sending love from Louisiana. Okay. Shout out to New Orleans. It wasn't all swampy when I got there. It didn't stink. That was a new for me. Shout out to us, though, and shout out to Louisiana. All right. Charles Page from that's his name. Charles Page, Pineville, Louisiana. That's the one I looked up. Charles Page. That is the black brother from Pineville, Louisiana, who created the patent for the aircraft. As a matter of fact, from what I recall, and don't give me the line, but from what I recall, they said that he actually had the actual plane. And something happened. I think they messed up the day. Either way, they sabotaged him, so he couldn't get his stuff down to the fair and get it out there. And then boom, here comes some clears talking about they created it. Y'all know them folks ain't create nothing. They are not creators. They're not made to create. It's hard for them to even procreate, let alone create. You are the creators, not them. Okay. All right, let's move on. All right, now I want to get into this Diddy story. So Diddy is facing 11 years. That's what the judge wants to give to Diddy. And I don't care. However, I do feel like we need to tackle why Cassie is writing letters down to the judge. Now, a lot of you guys were not here when the Cassie trial was going on, but I'm going to tell you right now what my stance was. I believe that Diddy should go to jail. I believe that Diddy is a horrible man. And I believe that Diddy has done horrible things, not to people, but to my people. Let me tell you what my biggest bone to pick with Diddy, outside of Carl Thomas, and those of you know, if you know, you know. Outside of the Carl Thomas situation, I looked at Diddy as one of those Black Americans that I think he's Black American, but he came into the game, him and Jay-Z, they came into the game and completely abused everybody that was us. These pluckers became the gatekeepers of the industry and abused any and everybody that came between their way. That made them rich, famous, and powerful. And they use that rich, famous, and power to basically be a thorn in the Black community. So for that, Diddy is a monster and he deserved to go to jail. And plus the alleged murders and all types of stuff. But when it came down to this Cassie stuff, I was not on the side of Cassie's this woe is me victim. And if you still feel like that, there's a lot of accountability you probably need to look at in your own life. Because I believe that Cassie is one of those girls who saw a sucker and licked it. She just don't like it when she got bit. Okay? Now, I'm not saying she wasn't victimized. She was definitely victimized. She was definitely abused mentally, physically, and probably all types of other ways. That happened. However, I don't see the white angel that you see. And I'm not going to allow you to make them the face of a system. Because all y'all are taking out your anger on people when the fact of the matter is this is a systematic issue. I told y'all when the trial was going on, while y'all outside fighting each other in front of the courthouse, it's another Diddy around the corner. Until y'all ready to dismantle the systems, shut the fuck up and stop putting all your feelings into these damn celebrities who are actors anyway. I said that the same thing about the Aaliyah and R. Kelly case. Everybody want to get all up in arms when these hoes come on Lifetime to tell their story. I don't care about none of that. There was a system in place that allowed R. Kelly to do what he did. Unless you want to attack the system, don't tell me you passionate about the situation. Shut the fuck up. This is a systematic situation. People want to use Cassie as a face because they don't want to deal with their own traumas. Can we talk? But at the end of the day, she's no victim. She's more of a willing participant than a victim any day. So her puffing up, oh my God, I'm having nightmares. You guys, Your Honor, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Bitch, if he wanted to pop you upside the head, he'd have did it long before he went to jail. If Diddy wanted to pop Cassie upside the head, he would have did it when she walked out the door. I need y'all to use your brain. Even if somebody said, well, maybe he didn't want to do it then. If Diddy had enough money and power, if he wanted to pop Cassie upside the head, he would have done it. Apparently, there was no threat there. They were talking. They were still even back communicating after she had a whole family. But the media told you she was a victim, and they showed you the video over and over again of getting popped upside the head in the elevator, and y'all lost y'all mind and lost y'all common sense. She's a willing participant. She's not a victim. That's my stance. Now, here she come playing victim, and they always make sure it's a little light skin or a little white. And the reason why they use light skinned people for the Black community, because y'all don't want to acknowledge the fact that y'all colorists. Let them would have put my black big forehead ass up there, and I'd have told y'all Diddy was popping me upside the head. Girl, y'all would have told me down to the ground. Let my black big forehead ass would have got up there and told y'all I used to be by Diddy and I used to work with him. And even if y'all had all the proof in the world, if I'd have got my black bald head, forehead ass up there and told y'all that nigga did that, 90% of y'all would have been like, girl, go lay down. So that's the reason why they pick these pale presents or pale princesses to put in front of you to pull on your heartstrings. One day we're going to talk about the colorism. One day. So I don't have that attachment to your pale princesses. That's yours, not mine. So here she come putting 20 on 10, telling the judge, I guess it's close to Diddy getting his sentencing. Cassie writes letters ahead of the Diddy sentencing saying, I still have nightmares. It says, Cassie is urging the court to hold Diddy fully accountable, telling Judge Aaron Sumerian, whatever his name is, that she remains permanently scarred by years of threat, abuse, and coercion. In a letter submitted ahead of Diddy's sentencing Friday, Cassie described feeling trapped in their 11-year relationship, alleging he used threats and substances to control her personally and professionally. Now, this is what bothers me about that sentence, because that was proven otherwise in the courts. I'm not saying that it wasn't proven that he didn't give her the drugs. What was proven was that Cassie wanted the drugs by her own accomplices and people who were with her. They were goddamn crackheads. So how does that even get to be put inside of a letter when it was? Let's move on. Goes on to say, as reported by TMZ, she wrote that Combs groomed her into performing reported sex acts with hired escorts during next near weekly freak-offs and threatened to leak sex tapes if she refused. The singer also recounted the violent 2016 Intercontinental Hotel assault caught on surveillance video, saying she lived in constant fear of his demands and retaliation. Years later, she says she continued to suffer nightmares, flashbacks, and requires ongoing psychological care. Cassie also reveals she has relocated her family out of New York due to safety concerns, fearing retribution if Diddy is released. They say the judge will determine his sentencing on Friday. So that's what Cassie is doing. Now, again, I could care less about Diddy. They could give that nigga life. I feel like if they let him out, he gonna jump off the bridge anyway. That was my prediction from the gate. That once they strip this nigga of his power and influence and his coin, he will definitely jump off the bridge. That was just a prediction, but who am I? So they can get a nigga life for all I care. I don't give a damn about Diddy. My point to you is you have been tricked, fooled, and bamboozled. You got this girl over here playing victim, cosplaying a victim, because she wasn't no full victim like she playing out to be. But you got this girl over here cosplaying the victim, and nobody's looking at the system that created this. And guess what? There are so many Diddy's and Cassies, and most of y'all praise them because y'all think they're nice and they y'all celebrities. Now, I want to get into the judge trying to get him 11 years. Hold on. Is it right here? No, I'm not reading all that bullshit Cassie talking about. I've been in a cycle of abuse. Shut up. Because, okay, and let me say this too, for all the people who want to say Cassie been in a cycle of abuse. What about the sex workers? What about those sex workers? What about those men who were some coerced? What about those men who were not told the whole truth about what was going on and were abused by Diddy and Cassie? Cassie, her ass need to be in a cell right next to him. And she was out there screwing these niggas with Nestle Crunch on her coochie. She need to be in jail. Prison is where she belongs. That's a crime. Is it a crime? That's a crime, you slut. She need to be in jail. She was round there with bumps, lumps, and humps on her coochie, giving it out like Halloween candy. She belong in jail. But that's y'all victim, right? Her ass belong in prison. Say what I said. Because if she a victim, then all them escorts are victims. Period, point blank. It says prosecutors want 11 years plus for Diddy. Cassie pins letter to judge saying Diddy groomed her and blah, 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 blah. It says federal prosecutors are asking a judge to sentence Sean Combs to more than 11 years in prison after his conviction on prostitution-related charges. In court filings, they request at least 135 months behind bars along with a $500,000 fine. It says Judge Aaron Samarian is set to hand down the sentence on Friday in New York. Diddy faces up to 20 years after being found guilty on 2 counts of transporting male prostitutes across state lines where they engaged in freak-offs, okay? We don't need to get into the details of the case, but this is the thing. To all the people who are out there, especially to the black women who are like, yeah, lock him up, give him 11 plus years. The tides have shifted where a lot of black women are extremely successful. And guess what happens with that shift of the tide? You start to spend more money on the male counterpart than the male counterpart spend on you. And guess what also comes along with that? Because we already seeing it in the divorces. These men are going back asking for alimony. Guess what's about to come back to bite you in your ass? All you women in your feels about Cassie being this victim because you haven't healed your own self. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to get into a relationship with a nigga, and after he get his 11 years, you going to get yours. Soon as you leave that nigga, soon as you boss up and go to the next nigga, same shit women do. Soon as shit go left, the nigga gonna go down there and put his report on you and say, oh, she trafficked me. Yup, look, I got the receipts. She flew me from here to there, me and my friends. Yup. And then when we got there, we had sex. Yeah, your ass going to jail next. This is what happens when you think from your heart and you don't get in your brain. So everybody clapping for Diddy to get these 11 years. Go ahead on clap until it's your turn. That's they call that case study, case law. That's what they're going to do. So when you get your turn, they're going to go reference Diddy and say, Your Honor, we can give her 20 years. Look, Diddy got 20. See? And all you women who got in your feelings because you have not healed, and because you haven't healed, the media was easily accessible to your feelings. And because you haven't healed, you just went with the move of your heart, and now you set yourself up for a huge failure. And that's not only for women, for men too. Get out your heart, get in your head. Ground. But yeah, they could get that nigga life for all I care. And Cassie been pump faking this whole time. I believe they came to Cassie. I said this before. I believe when they decided they was gonna take Diddy down, they went to Cassie and said, look here, bitch, we could take you down too unless you work with us. Now either you with us or you against us, okay? We gonna have your ass in the shoe program, bitch. 23-hour lockdown, okay? 3 hots in a cot. License plates. And that whole Cassie said, where do I sign? Because I know I would, bitch, please. Girl, them people don't have to come to me and tell me all of that. All they got to come to me and say, we need help. Where do I sign? Miss Voodoo, we need help. Where, how can I help you? Yeah, so we'll see Friday what they're going to do, if he's going to get 11 plus years. But if he does, for case law, that's going to be bad. But for Diddy, who cares? Okay, let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Now, I want to get into this really quickly. Let's get into this Chris Gotti and Ashanti situation. One thing I learned, because I told y'all I watch people, and one thing I learned with watching people is that I could kind of sense people pretty good. And what I learned about watching Irv Gotti was that he was a very sensitive man. Very sensitive. Very emotional, very insecure, yet sensitive and emotional. And the reason I'm saying that is because the way he dealt with people in business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying like this, for instance, when it came down to Irv Gotti, even when you dealt with the situation with 50 and all that stuff, he was so, in my opinion, from where I was way down at the bottom of the map in the booth, you know what I'm saying? In the booth, in the bottom of the booth. From where I sat, it seemed to me like even when that G Unit versus Irv Gotti Murder Inc. situation, it seemed to me that they were more emotional in the beef. And that's what made 50 so superior. That's what made him reign over them. Because 50 like giggled on them niggas all the way to the end of their career. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. If you remember the Murder Inc. versus the G Unit beef, like them G Unit niggas, not G Unit, them Murder Inc. niggas was more emotional about the beef. And I don't mean emotional in the sense of crying and shit or sad. I just mean they had more passion behind the beef. Whereas 50 was just kind of like having fun, like, bitch ass niggas, I'm running off on the plug on you niggas. You know, tight tees or whatever. Well, amongst seeing Irv say what he said about Ashanti in the past, at first I was confused. I was like, well, maybe he was just in love with her. But then I thought about the dynamic of him cheating with his wife and all that stuff. I said, nah, that nigga insecure. And not only is he insecure, that nigga super emotional. He hella emotional. He one of them niggas you be with and you got to damn near raise. You know what I'm saying? He go through emotions all the time. One moment he's sad, the next moment he happy, next moment he crying, and he a man and he don't cry. You know, one of them emotional ass niggas. Can't let go ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't know it ran through the blood. Because here come Chris. That's the brother. Now Irv done went on to glory, from ashes to dust, and here come Chris mad because Ashanti didn't call him when Irv died. Chris, let me say something here, you suck frozen cup head ass nigga. That girl don't owe you nothing, okay? And let me say this to people in the world. When you help people along in a path, that's all you are, is a help. Sometimes God put you in position to help other people. That ain't all you. Niggas don't always owe you everything because you help assist them in some way. Now, granted, it is good for people to come back and feel like they got to pay people back for helping them, but niggas don't owe you nothing. If she wasn't talking to your brother, why you think she won't pick up the phone and talk to you, nigga? Make it make sense. And you emotional like your brother. If I was her, you'd be the last mother plucker I'd pick up the phone to call. So here it is. Why he's getting the interview, I don't know. Maybe there's some New York shit. But here he is down to the Breakfast Club talking about he feels some type of way because Ashanti texted him after Herb died, but she didn't call him. That's probably because she has released y'all from her energy, fool. She don't want nothing to do with y'all. The fact that she even sent the text was even admirable. Because most of the times when people release you from their energy, they want nothing to do with you ever in life. Get over it. You niggas got to get out of your heart and get in your feelings. Bring back the old men. I know them old men used to be hard around and rough around the edges, but they were men. You didn't have to worry about no. These niggas is the new bitches. Let's get into Chris Gotti. Mad because Ashanti didn't call him. She owes me. I created it. Shut your ugly ass up. Look.
Ashanti been able to talk since everything? Because I saw that you were upset with her when she sat down with Angie Martinez and she said that.
Yeah, I was upset because we haven't spoke in person after Irv's passing. And I promise you, I'm the reason she was murdering. Irv made the records, but Irv would have never got to that point if I don't do what I did. For her not to call me after Irv's passing, she texts me, that don't feel right. Her mother, Tina, that don't feel right. You understand? Like, I did everything for them. Never did I get one thing in return. Don't count tickets because I could get that myself.
I did want to ask you about the funeral because Hov came to the funeral.
I think this is why I have adopted my mindset that whatever I do for people, I don't even look for it back. I do it from my heart. And you know what? Let the chips fall where they may. But let me say this. Just like he was put in position to help Ashanti, like I said before, somebody was put in a position to help him. Ashanti don't owe you or none of the Gottis nothing. She don't. She just don't. Okay? That lady don't owe nobody no phone calls. That lady don't owe nobody no text messages. That lady don't owe nobody nothing. You niggas made a lot of money off Ashanti. Ashanti wrote damn near 90% of everything coming out of Murder Inc. That lady don't owe y'all nothing. Everybody ate. Some of y'all ate more than others. That lady don't owe you nothing, Chris. That lady don't owe you nothing. Y'all was taking Ashanti music and letting J-Lo lip sync off of it, nigga. I thought all these years that was J-Lo on there hollering, I'm real, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way, cause I'm real. Bitch, that was Ashanti. You know how that blew my mind? I'm looking at this Puerto Rican bitch with a tight ponytail, baby bangs that won't lay down, a bun this big, with hoop earrings sucking on a lollipop, talking about, cause I'm real. And I'm thinking it's this bitch. Whole time, it was Ashanti. Ashanti don't owe none of you niggas nothing. As a matter of fact, you niggas owe Ashanti. You should have called Ashanti after Herb died. Matter of fact, Ashanti, call me, bitch. I would have called, get me on the line. Let me talk to one of them. I wish one of them niggas would get on some Breakfast Club. Come on, she should have called me. She owed me. Bitch, I owe you all right. Oh, I owe you. You right. I owe you. I'm coming to pay you too. That girl don't owe you nothing. Y'all made a lot of money off of Ashanti and Ja Rule. Nobody else. Ashanti and Ja Rule don't owe anything to Murder Inc. Period. Point blank. If anything, when you peel back the layers and you start looking at the books, Murder Inc. owe Ja Rule and Ashanti. They don't owe y'all no loyalty. They don't owe y'all nothing. No money, no nothing. And you niggas help people and y'all get this God-like mindset like, oh, me. Or if it wasn't for me. That's why God plucking you niggas up out of here because y'all starting to think y'all God. Just because y'all do one or two things. Oh, I did this, catapulted this person, boom, 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 boom. So now they owe me. Nigga don't owe you nothing, nigga. What's wrong with you? You ain't God. God just put you in a position to be there for her. That's it. If it was your story, it would have been written for you. That was her story. God put you in position to put her where she at. That was hers. That wasn't yours. She don't owe you nothing. And I got 1111 in the chat right now. On the dots. That lady don't owe you nothing. She just put you, the Most High put you in a position to put Ashanti where she is today, to put her on that journey that she went on to land her where she was today. Her or nobody owes nobody nothing. Period. Point blank. And this is no shade to Chris, but you look a mess. Get a haircut. I'm tired of you niggas looking like y'all don't go to the barber shop. And I know they got barber shops all up and down New York. I just left from around there. Man, this must be some, I don't know what the hell going on. You got Jim Jones refused to braid his braids, and Chris Gotti refused to get a line up in the trim. I'm tired of this shit. Now, let's move on. You guys like the video, please, and thank you. Like the video. Like the video. All right. It was something else I want to talk about before we get in this Cardi stuff. Oh, y'all. Shout out to Flo J. Y'all know I love Flo J. I met Flo J in the Bahamas at a basketball tournament. Flo J is the girl from LSU. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna say this time, blue in the face. I met that little girl in person. Flo J. That's the girl who played basketball for LSU. Let me get her on
Just
here.
tell
This girl right here.
about the video.
This internet don't do her no justice. Flo J looks like an Egyptian queen in life. I swear. That little girl is beautiful. One of the most beautiful chocolate women I've ever seen in my life. She is gorgeous. But anyway, Flo J was playing a prank on her coach, Kim Mulkey. And let me say this. Can I be honest? I've never been too keen and fond of the clear coach Negro dynamic, because I understand that these clear coaches see these children as cattle. They take a lot of pride in the ones that can make them a lot of money and give them a lot of clout and status. But for the most part, they don't care about these nigga kids. Okay. So this whole Kim Mulkey with the dresses, the blazers and all that stuff, I don't see the big deal. It's a clear woman coaching a bunch of nigga gals. She don't get no props for that. She don't get no props for them being innate in doing what they've been put here to do. What they probably done for life cycles before. Okay? Yes, Gina, we definitely have the standards of beauty backwards. Because when I tell you that Flo J is not to be played with. But anyway, she did this prank on her coach. And she played like her coach. And they had a little prank going back and forth. And the coach had her running laps at the doggone gym, y'all. Check this out.
That video in my
This the video she did.
giving it out. What the hell? Girl said went.
So this is her acting like the coach. I can't play the music, obviously. And apparently this video went viral on TikTok or Instagram or somewhere. It got like over 1 million views. And Coach Kim Mulkey got all in it and was like, oh, they kind of did a video about it. But let me say this. This white coach, black player dynamic is a farce. It is not real. White coaches do not genuinely care about black kids, okay? And don't tell me what I don't know. I come from a family of generation of kids. All my nieces and nephews play sports, nigga. My child started playing basketball at 5, nigga. I know what I'm talking about. These white coaches do not like your black kids, okay? These white coaches don't give a damn about your black kid. Your black kid is a means to an end or a way to get them somewhere else. That's it. Even if they say they love your child, it don't matter if they pick them up, drop them off. If they show this, they show that. These white coaches, they pick your children like prize fucking horses, okay? I'm telling you one because I created one. I birthed a prize horse. I birthed one. Come out of here. I birthed one. They look at your children like cattle, a means to get them from one place to the next. They don't care about your kids. They don't love your kids. They could give 2 F's about your kids. And guess what? If your kids should perish today, they got a pool of new nigga kids they can pick some from more. Pick some from, okay? So don't ever get twisted. The things that these crackers do on these teams as love, they are incapable of it. They cannot do it. Somebody said that's a dark view on the topic. It's the truth. It's the God's honest truth. Now, you could take these words I'm telling you and believe that these coaches got your best interest at heart. Meet me back here. We'll discuss it because you will be disappointed. I'm telling you, I've been dealing with this shit for 19 years. In counting. 19. I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. The truth supposed to hurt. That's why the old saying say the truth hurt. It's supposed to. If it don't hurt, it ain't the truth. So they had that little prank back forward or whatever the case may be. And then she did this follow-up video.
We start practice officially on September 23rd. I welcome everybody to come watch. Watch what? And at the end, when Flage's having to run a lot of suicides, everybody will know why.
And let me tell you something. This is also advertisement. This is advertisement for young black kids to be welcoming and inviting to these white coaches. And you know what I'm saying? For that dynamic. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's not a real dynamic, especially amongst most of the kids on the team. That's just the God's honest truth. Thank God there are some coaches who are great with kids. And for those coaches, shout out to y'all. But I'm talking about for the most part, that is just not the true dynamic. Okay? But anyway, she had Flo J running laps at practice because of the video going viral. But I'm bringing this up to say this. First of all, Flo J is beautiful. And secondly, do not believe this advertising hype that you see. These white coaches choose your children. They pick, just like they used to pick out the lineup of slaves. That's the same thing they do. They start these churn off at T-ball. My baby started playing T-ball, little bitty T-ball. You know, with the helmet bigger than the head, and they could barely walk. They start recruiting from there. Okay, and they will go to no expense. They will spare no expense. Do you hear me? They will spare no expense. I know I saw something flying. That's a fly. They will spare no expense on your child if they feel like your child can help them. Okay, but shout out to Flo J. I didn't know she was still in school. She must be a senior this year. Damn, that's crazy. All right, let's move on, y'all. Let's move on. Get the likes up on the video. Now I want to get into Joe Brown. Let's get into Joe Brown and this Cardi B situation. So Judge Joe Brown did an interview with the Art of Dialogue, or who was it? I can't remember. Don't get me the line, but I'm gonna go get the full interview. It ain't that long, and we're not gonna go over it. Either way, Judge Joe Brown does this interview, and somebody asked him about Cardi B. Now we're gonna get into Cardi B beefing with what's the little girl name? Nicki Minaj. We're going to get into that in just a second, but I want to get into something educationally really quickly on why Judge Joe Brown is absolutely correct, and also not only why he's correct, but why we need to listen to what he is saying, because there's a lot of things that we're going to have to undo when it comes down to making this change that we're trying to see amongst ourselves. You guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, please, and thank you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Sorry, P. All right. So Judge Joe Brown does this interview, and Art of Dialogue asked him what he thought about Cardi B. Now, he shares a lot of sentiments that I share as it pertains to Cardi B. And let me say this. I remember when Cardi came out talking about, I'm nobody's role model. Nobody can make me a role model. These are the facts of the situation. Whenever we, and when I say we, I mean any of us, decide to be in front of anybody's camera, you are inadvertently a role model, whether you want to be one or not. It's the same way when you have children. Regardless of if you want your children to look up to you or not, that is not up to you. Children look up to their parents. And that's what you sign up for when you become an adult. Or I'm sorry, an adult. When you become a celebrity, okay? Now, Cardi B has done a lot of distasteful things. And this is my problem with Cardi B. It's not even what she's doing. It's her target audience. Cardi B's target audience isn't the Hispanic community. Cardi B's target audience isn't the white community. Cardi B's target audience isn't the clear community. I'm sorry, I said that, the Asian community. Cardi B's audience is the Black female community. I don't give a damn how many cucarachas they put behind her music. Her target audience is for us, my Black little girls. So she got this huge stage, and I got to sit there and watch this Hispanic girl make this horrible impression on my black little girls, while the little Hispanic girls run with the free ideas, and also her kids. Because remember, her children get to maintain their innocence, or so she believes, while your kids get WAP remade on Kids Bop. Okay? So, in that sense of the situation, Cardi is horrible. Now, I don't think that there's a wrong situation to have a Cardi. I think that a Cardi should exist. I just believe that Cardi's audience should be her own people. Target the little Hispanic girl. Target the little niñas and the little niños. Don't target the nigga kids. Go back to Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or Haiti or wherever the hell she says she all got a mix of, and go target them. Why are you over here messing with us? You cosplaying like a nigga. You want to get on here and act like a nigga, talk like a nigga, wear the nails like a nigga, wear the hair like a nigga, act like you a nigga, be with the niggas, have babies with the niggas. But then when you go inside, you want to play Puerto Rican. You want to play Dominican. You want to play innocent mommy. And you think Cardi really thinks she escaping that karma off her kids? She's sadly mistaken. And I'm not putting nothing on her kids, but what you put out is what you get back. Best believe. Now, here comes Joe Brown talking about what he said. And I'm not going to lie, I agree with 99% of what he said. Let's get into what he thinks about Cardi B, y'all. Get the likes up on the video.
Oh, God. One of the dangers about Hollywood is for the last 120 years, since the turn of the 19th, 20th century, boys and girls all over the world have looked to Hollywood and the entertainment industry as models for appropriate behavior. Whether you're talking white, black, brown, red, yellow, the things they say, the way they dress, the way they walk, talk, and carry themselves and ideate has a great deal to do with the celebrities they watch.
Pause. Now, this is what he's saying. Prior to Hollywood, we didn't get our images from celebrities, okay? There wasn't a one person that gave us our images. We got our images from the people closest to us, so the elders in our family. This is why you found women were more moderately dressed. This is why you found men were more classily dressed. You found men in more suits. You found women in longer dresses. It was typically because your role model was what you saw. Then here comes Hollywood. Now, I told you Hollywood was a construct created to keep you all jacked up anyway. Here comes Hollywood. Now, they're going to give you the image. They're going to give you pictures and images of what the role model should be, what you should look up to inspire. Now, if you fast forward to 2025, all these celebrities, and they are worth nothing, are the role models. Women look at JT, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce. They look at these people and really model their lives after them in real lives. And some of y'all in the chat saying, no, they don't. You've done it too. And probably still doing it. See, this is what's great about the psychological warfare. This is what's dangerous about it. You under it and don't even know it. Oh, thank you for bringing up Soul Train, Joni Love. Joni Love brought up Soul Train. When we were trying to maintain, okay, what our image looks like, here come the clear man jumping in to take it so that they can control it. Now we stuck with Medea, a black man dressed in drag, writing stories about black women and the ills and woes of their life being downtrodden by black men. That's all we got left. Medea. And I got black people fighting me for Medea because Medea in their mind is real. That's real role models. I told you, art started to imitate life, but the way that system was created and set up, it's working flawlessly now. Now life starts to imitate art. Don't let that go over your head. Like the video.
Now, what does Cardi B stand for, and what does that do for the young girls who will ideate on being just like her? Does that produce mothers? Does that produce young ladies who walk into a room and everybody says, hey man, watch your mouth, man. There are ladies present. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. And when they get to be grown, 40, 50 years old, and they walk in the room, is everybody going to straighten up because that's somebody's mama? Is that a dignified lady who is acting appropriately, or is she going to be cussing, acting more whorish and wild than anybody else in the room? See, what do you put up as role models, behavioral models for the young people?
Hey guys, did you know some drivers are
bad.
ditching their car insurance and they're doing this?
Like the video.
So why do we push that as an example? I mean, preachers used to preach from pulpits about how that's sinful and how that's not the way it's done. And they used to threaten fire and brimstone. Now they sit there and they bring those people to their churches and get all puffed up when that kind of somebody walks in front of the congregation. I don't know her personally, don't want to know her.
You know what just dawned on me? Because I was thinking about this when I was talking to my grandma this weekend. When we left the church, my generation, I'm going to say starting from Generation X, when we left the church, the problem was, first of all, we left God when we shouldn't have. We should have left the building, not the Most High. But on top of that, I told my grandma when she was talking about the way people be dressed and all that stuff in church, I said, you know what, grandma, I just dawned on me. People don't have church clothes no more. Put a 3 in the chat if you remember having church clothes. Everybody in their mom, especially if you was Black American, you had your regular clothes, you had your work clothes, and you had your church clothes. Now, church clothes is a pile of clothes that only have outfits for you to wear to church. That's it. If you a woman, that's all your dresses, your stockings, your shoes, your hats, your purses. That's your church clothes. If you a man, that's your suits, your ties, your shoes, your hats. You know what I'm saying? That's your church clothes. That's all. You had a thing called church clothes. Hell, some of us didn't have business clothes. We didn't have clothes to go on job interviews, but guess what we had? Guess what we had? Guess what we had to fall back on if we didn't have clothes to go on a job interview? Church clothes. We had church clothes. Even if we don't have money to go down to the store and get us a new dress for this doggone interview so we can be inappropriate, even if that nigga ain't got no nice slacks in the building or no nice shirt he can put on, you know what I'm saying, so he can go get this job, he got church clothes. He got church clothes. You don't put the top on. Just put the shirt on and don't put the tie on. Just open the top, put the little slacks on and your shoes on. You good to go. We don't have no church clothes, but I'm saying all that to say church clothes was a thing that represented value. That was value in your church clothes. The church mothers in the church today still value their church clothes. Them the ones you see on TikTok with the hats and the outfits. And I be seeing this one lady, she cut up, baby. She be having the shoes, her and her husband. You see what I'm saying? They cuts up. But inside of those church clothes lied a value system. That's why when you go down to church today, don't nobody got no church clothes. So it's nothing but hoes and niggas in there. It look like the club. When you got rid of the church clothes, remember my generation, we fucked up. Instead of us we left behind the bad, but we also left behind a lot of the good. We should have been taking that good that we got from our parents and separating that from the bad and then getting rid of the bad. We left behind a lot of good. And part of that good we left behind is that value system. We ain't got no value system. And it's in small things like church clothes. I swear to God, it's in small, little, itty-bitty things like church clothes. So now you take that away and then you put in front of Cardi B. Now, let's go back really quickly and I'm going to get back into this. When we had a value system where we had church clothes, we had Cardi B's. Yes, we did. Lil' Kim. Yes, we did. What's that lady name who used to make all them nasty records? But she was a comedian. Don't get into the comedian records. We had a whole bunch of Cardi B's. They just was niggas. But because we also had a value system that created a balance. Going back to Hollywood, when they took our images of our role models out of our hands and put it into the hands of these created celebrities. Follow me. When they put it into the hands of these created celebrities, and then we also walked away from our value system that left us nothing but vulnerable to their demise in their imagery. This is why a Cardi B being still married with 3 children, being pregnant by another man who's worse than the husband she left, this is why the women think that this is okay. This is why we got women really right now, some in this chat that think that Cardi is doing a good thing. It's small things that we lost our value system over. Small things such as church clothes. Y'all know how it was when you come home from church. Take your church clothes off. And my mama cooked every Sunday. And she ain't just cook no little bitty meals, baby. Roast, big macaroni, green peas, potato salad. Grandma mama used to get up early every Sunday. Do you hear me? Come home, that roast been already either in that oven or on that crock pot or whatever. The house smelling like love. Girl, hurry up, come up out them church clothes so you can come eat. Come on. Every Black American had that exact same experience. You rushing to get up out them church clothes so you can eat. Stop acting crazy.
But what she stands for is not good. Yeah, like what? And then see the thing that gets me in politics now. The blues, they want you to go vote because somebody like her is twerking, and that's supposed to inspire you to vote. What the devil is wrong with that picture? You know, I know some what used to be Black female superstars. Hell, I used to date at least one. And they could be sexy, but they also were ladies.
Hello?
So what happened? What made the translation between being a sexy woman with dignity and refinement, class, and what's now held up is a modern counterpart? Looks like she just been out street walking.
Now, let me say this because I don't want this to miss nobody. To the Black women in the chat, this is what the judge is saying. And real women understand exactly what he's saying. You can be a very sexy and attractive woman, but still demand respect and still have an aura and carry yourself in a level of respect. It has nothing to do with the amount of, well, sometimes it does have to do with the amount of skin you show. I'm not going to lie. But it's about the way you carry yourself. And it's not necessarily about the clothes. It's necessarily about who you are, right? And there are differences between very sexy women and hoes who look good. See, we started taking the hoes that look good, and in our brains, we thought that they were sexy women. So now the Cardi B's, the Young Miamis, all these nuttin' ass sluts, we really in our minds believe that they are sexy women when they are nothing. They are trash. They are nothing. And this is no shade, but it is what it is. They are not respectable women. Sukiana, none of these girls, they are nothing. They are the lowest of the lowest vibration of us all. But we got tricked to believe that that's womanhood. There's nothing womanly about that. There's nothing, there's nothing adult-like, let alone woman-like about what Cardi is doing. Cardi is a rich flunky who is a role model for a lot of Black American people. But don't let that very sexy versus slut go over your head. There's a difference.
And waiting on her pimp to pick her up and take her to the club. Think of the young girls that are ideating on this. They will be mothers. And what's that doing to future generations? They will be grandmothers. And what's that doing to future generations?
And this is the mindset we have to go back to adopting. Right now, we all think for ourselves. We only think for today. We don't even think for our children as a collective. Back at one time, we thought for future generations. So if Cardi create a generation of women that look like Cardi and act like Cardi, then they gonna have kids and they gonna have kids. What you think that third generation of kids gonna turn out to be? Don't all answer at once. That's why that's what thinking and having foresight about your lineage and generation is all about.
Away. Once it's on the net, it doesn't go away. So, understand in 10, 15 years, somebody's sons are going to be embarrassed on the playground. Hey, man, I saw your mama the other night. No, man, for real, man. Check this video out, man. Man, that's your mama, man. Or that's your grandmama. Think about it. What do ballerinas wear? Tutus, right? Ballerina is about as formal as it gets, right? When it comes to dancing. Ballerinas started off as a form of burlesque back in a time when one just didn't go too far, when the way ladies wore ankle-length gowns to go places. And here's somebody with a short tutu. You see, it evolves. You get Janet Jackson does a microsecond wardrobe malfunction with a huge piercing that is more covering than most bikini tops, and everybody has a fit. But then you get ugly looking Lizzo, the hippo, out in front of a Lakers game with her bare behind, twerking for several minutes in front of a whole lot of young adolescent boys and girls that are watching and ideate off of this. Things change. Is that for the better?
Nope. This is the thing. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's not about what's happening. It's about the lack of balance. We don't have balance. And that puts us in a vulnerable position as a people, because that leaves us open for this enemy to just attack at any given way. And they do it. Listen, when Lizzo went to that basketball game with her big, fat, flat ass out, that shit blew me, man. And it was a little kid right behind her. Like, come on, man. Y'all, people forgot all logic, rhyme, and reason just off the string of we like Lizzo. And again, these effects are going to have a lasting effect on our community more than anybody, because they're targeted toward us. He's absolutely right. Cardi B is no role model, obviously. But on top of her not being no role model, she's a horrible position. She's in a horrible position to be for my people. I really wish that she was a great, magnificent role model for all the little lily Hispanics, not my people. And some of my people are foolishly running around here saying that she black. The ignorance alone will kill us. The judge is right. Cardi B is trash, and what she is going to do generationally, unless we do something about it, what the images of the baddies and the Cardi B's and all these other rapper girls are going to do generationally is going to be catastrophic unless we do something about it. Again, there's nothing about it existing. We don't have balance. There's no protection put in place to protect the babies, to protect the children, to protect the young girls from looking up to that and seeing that as a role model. When I grew up, yeah, I had Lil' Kim, but I also remember little Queen Latifah telling me, who you calling a bitch? U-N-I-T-Y. You gotta let them know you ain't a bitch or hoe. I remember that. I had Mia X in New Orleans when she was local. I came here tonight to settle the scores, females or women and girls. Not tramps and hoes for all you brothers that be stunting off them weak ass rhymes. It's payback time. See, I came from an era where I could listen to the Lil' Kim, but then I could double bite and listen to something that let me know I could have Lil' Kim in me on Saturday, but I could damn sure be a president or a vice president on Monday through Friday. There's no balance. That's the problem. And it leaves our mind open and free to that enemy to do whatever it is he want to do. And he takes his way. Let's get back into it, y'all. Get the likes up on the video.
And then Cardi B, what did she say about she used to drug her tricks? I mean, come on. I know we had one running for president, but is it supposed to be a good thing that a woman brags about the fact that she was a practicing prostitute and how she turned tricks? And you holding that up as ideation? That wouldn't have, they'd have thrown you out of the boardroom for even suggesting that kind of thing some years ago.
If you're over 45 and watching your crown disappear, you know this feeling. It's not just hair, it's your identity.
Think about it. So why is the American mainstream entertainment media putting her out there like that? They used to not do that. I mean, that was a way to get yourself ruined in Hollywood. They'd keep it secret. They spent a lot of money with their PR departments to make sure that somebody being a freak didn't get out to the public. It's what it is it's
strategic.
It's an attack on tradition.
Strategic.
In other words, traditionally the following things evoke respect, desire, craving, lust, sometimes respect in the opposite sex. So what are you doing to break that paradigm up? These horrible men are objectifying female beauty. Yeah, well, if we didn't, humans would still look a lot like chimpanzees and gorillas or Australopithecine cavemen. So, we don't, because the boys like pretty girls and the girls like strong guys. So we advance.
No, let me say this too. Y'all remember that video? There was a video of Saucy Santana. And I guess a bunch of children had saw him and he was trying to run away from the kids. This is the part that really scared the shit out of me. It was two little black boys. They don't look like they was gay. And one of them little black boys was like, oh, that nigga got a fat ass. And these kids had to be in like middle school. Do you understand what that does to the psyche of a child? And this is no shade. This is no shade. Shout out to the LGBT community. But I'm being realistic. This is a man with a beard with a fat ass. Think about what I just said. This is a man, a big black man with a full beard, face full of makeup, nails, and a fat ass. Do you understand what that does to the psyche of a young boy? I'm not talking about the TS. I'm talking about that. The TS, I'm talking about that. And this is what they pushing in the media to the kids. Why do you think that is? So now these little boys, because it's not just them two that was on the video. They got other little boys who see Saucy Santana on live, twerking, da. Unfortunately, some of them are y'all children. They just like you scroll on Instagram and you see Saucy doing the titty bop, or just like you scroll on Instagram and you see Saucy popping and twerking and it's pushed through the algorithm. What you think that do to a child's psyche? What you think that do to a little girl's psyche? That's what the enemy is clever in, learning how to deceive you and confuse you. And when you have nothing to balance out that negativity, you leave the brain open to all type of attacks. And that's what we're dealing with.
Sexual selection. And what are we doing when we put that out there? You get somebody who is an admitted street walking prostitute who brags about how she plied that trade.
Hello.
And then you put her out there as a role model for young girls and something to aspire to for young boys, where they get the idea that you can buy this, you don't have to seduce it, you don't have to court it. And even if you did, it's likely to betray you, so you can't trust it. How many times do we get this incel bunch of freaks? the boy freaks who hate women because they can't find one because they don't know how. You see, it's an interesting thing. It fits in the big picture.
And listen, let me tell you something. That is going to literally it could possibly obliterate the dynamic of relationship between boys and girls, black boys and black girls, okay? Because the value system that was successful in our growth has been completely dismantled. Now the value system says that there is no value in a woman. The little boy doesn't see a value in the little girl because they're everywhere. Ass everywhere, titties everywhere, niggas throwing money. Like there's no value there. And then the little girl doesn't look in her mirror and see herself as value because she doesn't look like the girls on Instagram or because she's not as popular. So even the things that are valuable to her are no longer valuable to her because you see what I'm saying? This is the things that it does to the psyche. And these celebrities are targeting the children. They're not targeting your ass. They target children. They don't target your ass. Let me show you how I know they target children. Look. Scroll down. If this ain't inviting to a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old, I don't know what is. Because I was one of those little girly girls. I loved pink. I wanted pink everything. There was this house in Gentilly. Every time we used to drive past, we used to say, that's my pink and white house. I love pink so much. There was a pink and white house in Gentilly, Louisiana, New Orleans, and I love that house. I would see this from afar, and it would immediately catch my attention. She's targeting the children. Harajuka Barbie, children. Children. I know adults love her, but they targeting the children. So if the target is the children and the message is the bullshit, then what? Cardi did the same thing with WAP. All that shit her and Meg Thee Stallion did, dressing like little baby girls and all that stuff with the that crybaby, all that shit. All of that is social engineering, social programming, targeting your children. Megan in there twerking all on the floor. She laying on a crybaby. Da baby. That's for children. The cadence of the beat. The Come on, man. Where y'all at? They all targeting the children. But the problem is the children don't have nothing to balance this negative energy out. So it's fucking them up. And you wonder why your little girl having depression issues. You wonder why your little boy having issues because they fucked up. We not parents no more. We give them an iPad at 1 month old. I'm about to say 1. Let me rephrase that. 1 day old, we put the iPad in their hand. The iPhone at 2 days old. 3 days old, they could damn near run a software company. And don't nobody give a damn about their churn. And then the computer raise them. And you wonder why they have depression issues. You wonder why they're having issues in school. You wonder why they're having social issues. Because the computer raising them. And the celebrities. Now, to kind of go with what the judge was saying, when he talked about Cardi being catapulted in front of our children, this is what he meant. Let's get into it. This is the Cardi that y'all don't want to recognize.
With thousands, you bitches.
That is not the one I want. Well, this is the Cardi that y'all don't want to recognize neither. This is her trying to rap. Look.
In your houses, I know that you see me grinning. You see the money I make on my page every day. While my dick out your face, which is healthy, and now I'm leaving with thousands. You bitches do what I do and can get couch in your houses. I know that you see me grinning. You see the money I make on my page every day. While my dick out your face, which is healthy. And
I tell the truth. Everybody close your eyes and imagine you a music executive right now. Everybody. Close your eyes and imagine you're a music executive. Somebody comes to you and they say, hey, you just got this position. We need to sign some new artists. I got this dope artist, bro. You got to see her. And you're like, is she good? They like, bro, she good. Close your eyes. And they like, bro, she good. And you say, all right, let me hear her. And this what you hear.
I see, and now I'm leaving with thousands. You bitches do what I do and can get couch in your houses. I know that you see me grinning. You see the money I make on my page every day. While my dick out your face, which is.
You mean to tell me some high-level executive heard this and saw a star? You mean to tell me some clear man, some orange juice man with a long snout was sitting at a desk and say, oh, you got some new talent? Bring her in. And they heard that and was like, that's a star? And I told y'all she was a created character. I told y'all. Y'all forgot. They did the same thing to what's his name? Fred Hampton. Remember they had the undercover agent go in as his right-hand man? Made the people believe that these people were one of them. Whole time it was a plant. Come on, man. But on top of that, we all know Cardi's old tea. Cardi done came on here and told us how she done drugged and raped men. Let's get it on here. This is who we got people looking up to. And this is why I knew this was cap. When that hoe got the ear of Joe Biden when he ran. I'm sorry. When Cardi B got the ear of Joe Biden when he ran, especially coming off the cuffs of saying that she had done that, I knew this was some bullshit. Look at Cardi.
Drugs. And, while he was drugged up, I was raping him. Like I finger popping his ass. They him. They sucking the drugs. And while he was drugged up, I was raping him. Like I finger popping his ass.
Mm-hmm. And this the dude, I remember this. He said, I still love you. I am at Cardi B, even though you drugged me. Didn't I tell you they be targeting children? What I told you? What did I just sit here and tell you? What did I just sit here and tell you? Let me let you hear it. These fucking celebrities are weird, bro. It bothers me that y'all see these people as great people. It bothers me. All of them. Even the ones y'all don't think. I just don't see how y'all don't see it, and it be so plain in your face. You know what I noticed though? People don't want to see it. People don't want to see. People see what they want to see. Let's go with that. Listen, Cardi ain't worth a dime, okay? And she should not be the role model of Black Americans at all. She needs to go be the role model of the little Hispanics. Now, her and Nicki is beefing. Now, this all stemmed from the album. Lord have mercy. So I told y'all Cardi wasn't going to sell them albums like that. I told y'all that. Now, I'm not saying she ain't do good, but she ain't do what y'all said she was going to do. And it's not going to just be Cardi. Listen, when I said this, it's not just about Cardi. Nicki up next to it, and I hope she ain't putting out no more music. Nicki, I sure hope you ain't putting out no more music, because niggas ain't going to buy that neither. Let's really be clear about that. Niggas ain't going to buy that neither. Okay? Only people going to be buying music. I'm telling y'all, the celebrity is over. Gone is the celebrity. It doesn't exist anymore. If you not falling under that celebrity's umbrella, then guess what? you don't exist. And nobody else cares about your projects unless somehow you can get away into everybody else's stuff. Okay? Now, this is the point. Nicki and Cardi have this feud because they are both one and the same. They mirror each other. Nicki was a plant used to get Kim out of the way, and Cardi was a plant used to get Nicki out of the way. Cardi waited 12 years to drop this album that we done all forgot about, and only the Barbs love it. No, Barty Gang. Only the Barty Gang love it. Love it. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. They both Caribbean. So this is Caribbean on Caribbean violence when we really start peeling back the layers. Okay? Now, that's their biggest issue. So Cardi had been waiting, and if it's in my opinion, if we being completely honest, yeah, Cardi was scared. You're damn right she was scared. She was terrified. She knew that she wasn't good enough to pull that shit off twice. That first album, she knew that she wasn't good enough to pull that shit off twice, period, point blank. She barely escaped by the skin of her teeth off that first one. She knew that she wasn't going to be able to double back and do that shit again. That's the difference between Nicki and Cardi. At least Nicki got talent. She could at least bet on herself to do it again. Cardi don't even have that. Okay? So yeah, Cardi was terrified. She was scared. And her worst nightmares were released because she didn't outsell Nicki. That's her arch nemesis. And as it pertains to Nicki, like I said, ain't nobody checking for Nicki neither. Literally, only the Barbs are checking for Nicki. Nicki, you getting your lick, you got your lick, and you haven't even gotten what you deserve yet. The way you did Kimberly Denise Jones, girl, you hadn't even scratched the surface of what you deserve. So now here come the beef. Now these heifers starting to snatch each other by the wigs. Why? Simply because Cardi didn't outsell Nicki. Now, let me say this too. I noticed this. When it comes down to it, most of the time, it be the fans starting this beef. Them people really don't be beefing like that for real, for real. It be them messy-ass fans on here starting all this beef. Let's really be talking about it, okay? And they started going back and forth with this Twitter war, Cardi and Nicki. And I'm not reading them in no particular order. We just gonna get into it. Matter of fact, hold on. I think... Let me see, this thread might have it. Okay, I got to do this in order. I got to do it in order. Hold on. Because I think, let me scroll back. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Y'all get the likes up on the video. We about to. Okay, here we go. I want to say it started around here. So, okay. Cardi didn't outsell Nicki, right? Then boom, it goes viral on the internet. And I don't know why y'all pulled Cardi up out of there. So here come Cardi. Cardi is just like being subliminal. The power I have make these bitches come out of rehab every time. Go to your effing room. Because let me say this too. Before this, Nicki was out here saying her little subliminal too. Let me see if it's on this thread. Look at Nicki. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Pregnant, play with his bussy. Now, hold on. Let me go again. And then Cardi said A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your man have to snatch pussy. Pussy tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds. Okay, so this is them going back and forth. Let me go back. Let me start at the beginning. Hold on. Let me start at the beginning. Okay, it says... Cardi B says, damn, she was streaming Magnet hard as hell, huh? Y'all can see this? And then Nicki says, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Lied and said mine was Trini. Wait, who lied and said mine was Trini? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He don't want to dig my big pussy. Let me say this, y'all. Trying to referee or even understand this fight between Cardi and Nicki. Armand Wiggins, thank you for your services, because this is some hard shit. Because Cardi and Nicki are both slow as turtles. Can we talk? Both of them is slow as turtles, okay? And when they be trying to be subliminal, they come off even crazier than they already looked it, okay? I'm lost too, Tevin. Let's just read. And if you catch it, it's meant to catch. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G lied and said mine was Trini. Now, who she talking about? Is Nicki trying to say Cardi lied and say her mama was Trini? I don't know. Then Cardi said A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your man had to snatch P-U-S-S-Y. P-U-S-S-Y's taste like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds. Now, like I said, this is a battle of who's the weakest. Because Cardi is over there telling Nicki, oh, shut up, your husband and your boyfriend, your brother are PDF files. But Cardi, you over there with a man who got alleged R-A-P-E, not R-A-P-E, but S-A, come on, man. I hate that I even brought this up. I shouldn't even put this shit on the docket. I feel like I'm losing brain cells. I swear to God, I feel like I'm losing brain cells. Because they too old. Especially Nicki. Pregnant, play with his bussy? What? Cardi B, the power I have make these bitches come out of rehab every time. Go to your effing room. I'm not the one to be doing this. I swear to God, I want to quit I want to quit mid-story, but we just gonna go with the move. Let's see what else these hoes are saying to each other. I hate these girls. Hold on. Not you. Let's see what else they were saying. Cardi B retweets a response in reference to Nicki Minaj seemingly shading her album sales. It says, Cardi B retweets somebody saying, what did I Am Cardi B say in her #1 album? Oh, yeah. Must got on notification alerts because everything I do, a hating ass bitch see first. So, okay, somebody said that, and then Cardi retweeted it, okay? This is after Nicki came out making her little subliminals, okay? Then Nicki Minaj shares a few ideas that may be in reference to Cardi B's album sales. Here go Nicki. Got sunned on Sun's Day, and it's Sunday. Birth the ninja who wanted with the sensei. Retire someday, only if my son say. 3 to 7 to 6, that's my fun day. Maybe it sounds better on the beat. This shit trash. I guess. Moving on. So these are the sales and the numbers. Cardi B's Am I the Drama had 200,000 sales in the first week. And Nicki Minaj had 228,000 streams, sales, or whatever in the first week. And the girls are fighting. Let me just say this for the both of these hoes. Cardi, your has been. Nicki, you has been a long time ago. Both of y'all need to just go away. Both Cardi B, you can go back to Trini, where she from, the Dominican or whatever the case. Nicki, you could go back to Japan or the Trinidad because you know you want to be Japanese and you want to be Trinidadian and all of that. You go pick a country to go back to. Both of y'all go lay down. Cardi got all them churn running around there, and she got all this time. And speaking of all them churn running around there, hold on, let me address this too. Let me address this too. Let me address this too. Did I share this on my story? So Cardi B apparently was doing a let me see, I might have shared it. Cardi B was doing a sign and talking about energies all over her. And I wanted to jump through this doggone screen. Do you hear me? Hold on. When I saw this, I was no more good. I was like, what? So Cardi B was talking about how she has her mother pray for her because she feeling like negative energies are on her. Now, according to Cardi B, she feels like these energies are negative because they hate us. That's not the truth. It could be the energies of all the people that this man is sleeping with and bringing back to you and putting in your womb. On top of that, your slave master, aka the label, won't even allow you to sit down. You gotta work. You gotta get up on your good foot and push this album like drugs to the people. So you can't even sit down and enjoy being pregnant because you gotta get on your 2 feet and pedal this album. Okay? So there's that. Then on top of that, you want to play Chris Brown because money must be funny and do a meet and greet backstage with all these people rubbing all on your belly, hugging all on you, all in your energy, all over here, all over there. You don't know what type of energy these people bring it to you. But instead of you sitting down thinking, what's more important, the safety of my baby or signing these autographs and blaming it on these haters, instead of you doing that, you'd rather just be obtuse about it. So here go Cardi. I'm asking my mother to pray for me because my mother, she has a front row in the front seat with God, and I'm not questioning that. But this is what I'm saying to you. This is about energy, right? And I'm starting to learn this even when it comes down to sex. People really bring you back other people's energy. Cardi B's life is in shambles right now. And I don't give a damn how much money this hoe got. You probably being haunted by some bitches doing witchcraft on his behalf, on Offset behalf, on the fact that he just smashing on these hoes. You all jacked up. And you on here talking about your mama need to pray for the energies, girl. The energies is already on you. Hell, some of them is already in you. Y'all like the video.
I called my mom the other day to pray over me and my baby because I feel like a lot of weirdness has been coming out from people. And
mind you, she's doing this while she's signing autographs. The bitch can't get off of work. Let's call a thing a thing. That bitch clocked in. See when that label told her to drop that album? They told that hoe to clock in, and if you gotta have that baby on the road, bitch, shit it out and keep going. It's given, if you die, I'ma kill you. You hear me, Ann? I can't afford to lose you, Ann. If you die, I'ma kill you. That's what it's giving. So she in the middle of signing autographs. She's still working, complaining about energy.
And women and all this stuff, ever since I announced that I was pregnant. And it's funny because I know that y'all knew that I was pregnant because clearly everybody kind of figured that I was. But the negativity and the weirdness that people are bringing and putting, I told my mom, like, please pray for me and for the Lord to cover me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got my Babalaos and everything. And of course, people pray for me all the time. But like, there's nothing like I personally believe nothing is as powerful as a mother's prayer. So I tell her to pray for me and pray for my baby because I feel like
your mama could do all the praying in the world she wants. You got all these people doing all these meet and greets. The energy's gonna always follow you and attach to you. Period. Point blank. On top of that, you sleeping with a nigga who's sleeping with all type of people. So there's that. Then on top of that, you got energies attached, still tied to your husband, who's got energies attached to other women in other situations. Then you got the kids. Girl, your mama could pray till her fingers break. It ain't gonna work for you, Cardi. Stupid.
It's just like a lot of dark energy. And like when I say a lot of dark energy, there's a lot of weird bitches that like will wish you weird shit on your kid. Like
you invited those dark energies when you went and got pregnant by a nigga who ain't worth a dime. Hello. You walked right into the dark energy house. There was a haunted house, and on the front it said dark energies. When you decided to go fuck with Stephon Diggs, you walked right into the haunted house, dummy.
Stillbirth, death, slowness. You know what I'm saying? So and I feel like people and I feel that energy. I feel that. I feel people putting that on me. I don't know, is this jealousy? I don't know what it is. It is what it is. I'm pregnant, baby. I can't get rid of it no more. Too far gone. So I don't know.
And that's how I know she's talking to his other baby mamas or his hoes. Oh, I'm too far gone, baby. I'm already pregnant. There's nothing I can do about it. That's your energies. And plus, somebody said the witchcraft she doing. Hello?
I just feel it because it's just like, yeah, my fans know it though. Like, there's just been a lot of like tension, and it's like, damn, the baby, the drama. And I've been pregnant a whole bunch of times, motherfuckers. I just feel like it's just too much negativity. But yeah, I ain't fucking with my mom prayer. Because one thing about my mom, she's like an angel on earth. So God do listen to my prayer, but like, I'm not like the most angelic person. Because I will tell you to dig somebody up if you piss me off. And I'll tell you fuck you and your mom and your dad and everybody that you love, bitch. I will tell you that. But my mom, she's such a nice person that she will never do that. So I be telling my mom, like, pray for me, because like you're such a good person that I know that God hears you. You one of those people that God listens to first in line. So I just had like a weird feeling the other day, because it's been a lot of animosity from people. And I was like, Mom, pray for me and pray for my child.
Ooh, the way she working her fingers to the bone, honey. Saint, go sit down. Listen, this is the point, y'all. This is the point. Because we started with Judge Joe Brown talking about Cardi not being a role model. And the reason why I'm saying she's not a role model is because she has an influence on my people, not the Hispanics, on my people. And hell no, she's not a role model. Okay. Number one. Number two, we get to this beef with her and Nicki, and it's just like tired and it's through. We don't care about you or Cardi or Nicki. I'm sorry. We don't. Only your cult group like following care about y'all. The rest of us outside of that collective don't care. You're both trash. Nicki, you're a has-been. Cardi, you never was. So then there it is. And then Cardi running around here talking about your mama gonna pray, your mama gonna pray till she blue in the face. Bitch, am I the drama? No, bitch, you are the negative energy you running from. It's you. You are the negative energy, Cardi. It's you. All these beds you made, now it's time for you to lay in them, fat. It's you. Your mama could pray till she can't pray no more. It's you. The negative energies are following you. And you running toward a lot of the negative energies. There's no way possible I could be pregnant and be doing a meet and greet. No flipping way. Not one where they touching me. You know how sacred it is for somebody to touch your belly when you pregnant, when your baby in there? An animal will kill you if they thought about harming they unborn. From the smallest to an ant to the biggest is a goddamn giraffe. If an animal thought, not even if you tried it, if an animal thought, you might have thought about touching its young, it will kill you. That is the only time a female is more ferocious than the male in a while. And it's the same thing in real life. Though you want to see a woman really pissed off, touch her motherfucking kids. You want to see her go to the highest level of pissivity and risk it all, put your hand on her kids. That same value system that we want to run around here acting like we carry. Oh, you say something about my kids, I'm a crash out, I'm a go hard. That's the same value system you're supposed to have in real life. You don't let everybody come touching on your belly while your precious unborn child is developing in your womb. That don't go like that. You know what type of energies you inviting over to your child. It could be a random person in the audience acting like a fan, but they got witchcraft on their palms of their hand. And here they come putting it on your belly. But you can't even tell them I don't want to do a meet and greet because that label said you have to. That's why you over there making a video going live and you can't even stop signing autographs to tell us how you feel about energies. Dummy. Krishan, not Krishan, Lord, she must be talking about me. Okay. because I don't know where that came from. Krishan. Cardi B have a lot of things going on. The album just adds to the BS that she got to deal with. Her life is in shambles, and I don't care if she was the richest woman in the world. I told y'all, when Cardi B closed that door, hit the light off, lock that motherfucker, and put that AC up high like I do, and crawl up under that pillow and under that big old heavy blanket like I do in a fetal position, she get the crying. I don't. I get the snoring and slobbing and stuff. And I'm not laughing at her crying. What I'm saying is, the point I'm saying is, there are a lot of things internally going on with Cardi and Nicki. So all the barbs in here, don't y'all act like y'all escaping. We all know Ain't T been out to lunch. We all know. I told y'all Nicki was out to lunch when that hoe came back and said, I find niggas with the tickle bitties. I said, what? On my titties. On my bitties. What? Oh, yeah. Somebody lock this heifer up. Get her up. Lock her up. I wanted to have a wellness check done then. But y'all still was over here acting like everything was cool. Okay? So I don't want y'all to act like one is better than the other. It's two peas in the same pot. Okay? However, Cardi is in a much more worse situation than the other. Cardi, girl, you look so bad. And I don't mean physically. I mean literally. Girl, you look so bad. You on baby number 4 with a nigga, a piece of a nigga. How Betty Wright said, you'd rather have a piece of man than to have no man at all. Head ass bitch, girl, please. You can be a cook in the kitchen, a lady in the streets. You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. Betty told us that it's all right to be a little sweet, but be a mama to them kids and you know what in the sheets. No pain. Come on, Betty. Ow! Man, watch out. I'm gonna get off here and put Betty on the surround sound when I get off of here. Oh, yeah, Betty going on the surround sound when I get off of here. But this is the perk. The perk I'm making is, Cardi, you look a mess, and your life is going to shambles. And for everybody, all the Barty gang or Barbs or whatever y'all is, who think that y'all on the winning side, I want to be the first to come on here and say, both of y'all losing. I wanted to be the first to come on here and say, hear ye. If you are part of Barty gang, or if you are on the Barbs and you want to know who is winning the battle, I want to be the first to say, both of y'all niggas is losing. Because we tired of Nicki and Cardi. We tired of both of them. And you know what? Quiet as this cat, we tired of y'all too. We tired of y'all too. Because if it wasn't for y'all, they wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? So we tired of y'all too. I had to say that part. I be thinking it, but I don't be wanting to say it. But this time I had to say that part out loud. We tired of y'all. Barty game, Barbs, Beehive. We tired of all y'all, okay? Both of y'all losing. So if you want to know who won the battle, none of y'all. And Nicki, you gonna lose again. Let me say this too, Nicki. You think because you done won this little battle right here that you gonna double bike and win the war. But that's a lie too. You ain't gonna win the next time neither. And you already know they waiting on you to say something. They waiting on you to say something, Nicki. Soon as you drop that album, bitch, if you don't sell 1 million copies in 5 minutes, they on your ass. Trey, thank you for the super chat. Says, I also found out my cousin's a karate master. He even ran a school in Chinatown. NYC teaching Asian kids. He's still alive. Wait till y'all find out Kung Fu came from us too. Oops. Why y'all think that samurai that they praise over there on that statue? Why you think he black? He ain't just black, he a nigga. Let's move on. Thank you, Trey. Euphoric Vibes. Thank you for the super chat. Says, hey boo, I've been doing my genealogy as well. My grandmother told me her father was full-blooded Cherokee Indian, and her grandmother, maternal, was a Blackfoot. Can't find more information on her because no one knows her maiden name. Wow, that's dope. If you got locations In affiliations, you could probably find that. Y'all, I don't, if y'all know people, I don't want to promote nobody to do genealogy because I think that's sacred. I don't promote, I wouldn't say give somebody else your genealogy. That's me. Because I feel like that's like your social security number. That's your, especially if you're a chosen one, you give somebody access to your, man, that's just me. But for people who need help, what I'm saying to you guys is, and shout out to you for finding that in your genealogy. What I'm saying to you is there are other clues that you can find. So you're going to run across people who got the first name, don't know the last name, or maybe they got the misspelled last name or got the wrong last name. That is going to happen. But context clues, you got to remember that. Remember they taught us about that in elementary school, context clues to help you understand what's really happening. So for instance, like this is an acorn. But I guess a context clue will be the shape. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at context clues. So if you have a name, look at locations, look at affiliations, people that they know, birth. Oh, find a grave and death certificates and stuff. Please make sure y'all look into those because that's where you find a lot of information. Shout out to everybody doing their genealogy. I love it. Mother Tree and Moon, thank you for the super chat, says, FYI, you are millennial Vu, not Gen X if you 42. Okay, I'm millennial. Child, I don't know. I don't be keeping up with these people. Thank you, Mother Tree and Moon. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat, says, Vu, Cardi wouldn't be a thing in our community if we hadn't accepted her. Facts. We not listening to Bad Bunny or any other Spanish artist. We allowed her to infiltrate. It's on us. And I'm going to let that sit because I'm going to stop you when you start lying. That's the God's honest truth. The reason why Cardi is a fixture or at least some sort of a role model in our community is because we opened our arms and invited her in. We did. And I was included because when I saw her on Love and Hip Hop, I thought she was funny. I loved her. I was like, oh my God, I like her. Okay. And then when she dropped the Kodak Black, the Bodak Yellow thing, I was like, oh, and she rapped too. But no, I had already saw the rap. I'm lying. But the Bodak thing was like, okay, boom, I like her even more. But you're right. It was us, and we have to take accountability for that. It was us who was like, yeah, we want her. We want her to represent us. It was us. It was us. And I'm going to be the first to hold my hand up and say, I was one of the people saying, I like her. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to lead by example and say the God's honest truth. When I seen her on Love and Hip Hop, I liked it her. And then I followed her on Instagram and I was like, yeah. I was one of the people. Yeah, you're right. We the people. Thank you for being a member. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. And thank you for the super chat. Says Whitney Houston had a miscarriage on the set of The Bodyguard and had to be on site the next day. Listen, them people don't play. Hell, they do it at the regular job. Have a miscarriage today and not clock in tomorrow. No shade. Have a miscarriage today, and you don't come into work tomorrow, and that doctor's note don't say you good to miss work, and see what happened to your ass. See what happened when you start peeling back the layers. You start realizing we living like these celebrities, but at least they getting millions. For real though, and I don't care where you work. Have a miscarriage today. And don't have a doctor's note to excuse you from work and see what happened to your ass. It's going to be a new miscarriage of justice. You get it? Don't act crazy. I know I work too. Well, I used to clock in. I know. Shit. And I don't give a damn where you work at. If you police, firefighter, military, government, have a miscarriage today and don't have nothing from that doctor saying you can miss work tomorrow and watch what happened to your ass. But it's worse on them celebrities though. I ain't gonna hold you. It's way, way worse on them because they literally work nonstop. See, you and me, we clock in and out. Well, not me, but us, regular people, at least we have to deal with the stress in a confined or a constrained amount of time between 9 to 5 or whatever your work hours are. People like Cardi, they don't get an off day or off time. It's just up and stuck. Okay. Now, with that being said, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here. I love y'all down to the ground. I will catch y'all tomorrow, but we will be going live at the Dollhouse today. I just got to make a run right quick. But we will be going live at the Dollhouse today to Joce some other stuff. I love y'all down to the ground. I will catch y'all on the next video. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 100K. And I love y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.